For the CSLDallas music team. Aren't they wonderful? And I want to say thank you for everybody who is joining us here on campus or online. And no matter where you are, and every day is a chance for transformation, spiritual awakening, and heart connection to one another, no matter what's going on. And every day we learn to practice something important that makes a difference. We love that you're here with us today and want to remind you that life is all about the journey and not the destination. So join me in starting off today's celebration by getting your hands together for the CSLDallas music team.
CSL Dallas. I'm Bakar. I'll be your platform assistant for today. And thank you. Thank you for coming on this beautiful Sunday. And thank you to the team, the band. All right, so wherever you've been, whatever path you've walked, and whatever background you come from, you're welcome here. We love being in the community together, so stay connected with CSL Dallas by following us on social media. And if you're new to CSL Dallas, sign up to receive inspirational words and affirmationals via text, important emails about upcoming events, and other mailed invitations. Sign up now by filling out the connection card located on the welcome table across the breezeway, or fill out the online connection card. The link is being posted in the chat right now. Now let us read our purpose statement together. It'll be on the screen. Radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, transforming lives. Thank you. All right. Reimagining Prosperity Workshop will be today. Prosperity is not a thing you own. It's a way of being and living. Nobody knows this better than Reverend Karen. She is inviting you to this immersive workshop where together we will explore our ideas and beliefs surrounding prosperity. We'll have a chance to really examine what may be holding us back from living our best lives. We will also receive some tools to help get us back on track. This workshop is today, here in person or online. So join us by going to CSLDallas.org under the events page, or if you are live streaming today, you will see the link posted inside of the comments. All right. Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. The Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life course can help establish thriving relationships, health, wholeness, and realization of abundance as your natural state. Through learning basic metaphysical principles and how to apply them, you will enhance all aspects of your life. This in-depth course is led by Carl Merlot and takes place on Tuesday from October 18th through November 15th, 2022, and has both day and evening times available. The Power of Word is another one of our amazing courses starting next month that focuses on the practice of speaking your word and intentional manifestation. You will dive into the good that is always available as you deepen your practice, strengthen your foundation, and align in your word. Join Christian Volkamer during this powerful opportunity to align with our speech on Thursday, October 13th. For more information, see our website. Now let us join our music team as we go deep within the music.
Before we join our music team, we are going to invite Joy Village up.
Okay.
So come on up. Joy Village has some things to share. You can have a microphone. Absolutely. It's the white mic. Let's just make sure it's on for you. There we go.
Y'all come on up here. This is the forest room. We are, here, let's come on down this way. We are 8 to 12-year-olds right now. And we have been, this month is the month that we've been studying about love. And we've learned that love is that before we can give away love, we need to learn how to love ourselves. And then we need to learn to love other people regardless. Does anyone want to say anything about love? I asked them if they did, and they didn't say that they wanted to, so I think we'll just let it. I will let them say their name. I'd like them to at least tell you their names so we can at least give them that. But we've learned about the law of circulation and about how the more you give love, the more you receive. So before we do what we want to do for you, I would like at least for them to, if nothing else, at least to say their names. So we'll start over here. And if you'll just say your name, that's all you need to say.
Alana.
Alana.
Araceli.
Karana.
Fernanda.
Just sign. Yeah, okay, that's Ava. And so what we're going to do is that these ladies, we actually had more kids last week, and we all made boxes of affirmations to spread our love. And so what they're going to do is they're going to find somebody in here who they don't know, and they are going to give their love in form of a box of affirmations that you make. They've decorated the boxes, and there's affirmations inside. So you can keep them for you to take home and read some affirmations so that you know that you are loved and you are cared for as well. Okay, if you guys would find somebody to go give your affirmations to.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. Letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love.
Just breathe that in. That love that has just been shared in this room. I invite you to go within with me to that place for you where that love divine resides. That infinite love that goes by many names. Whether you call it love, or you call it spirit, or you call it the universe, or you call it Yahweh or God. By whatever name you choose, it is all the one thing, the thing itself, that rises up from deep within you to be that individualized expression that is each of us. And even in that multiplicity of individualism, there's still one thing that happens. That one thing that draws us all together in perfect union, in unity, in oneness, in the wholeness of all. And it all resolves in love. It doesn't matter where we've come from, what journey we've been on to this point, but it's in that recognition of that one perfect, pure love that is every part of every one of us. And this day we can start from that place of recognition, to begin the rest of our journey into the absolute wholeness and perfection of who we are, and waking up to that realization that we are the perfect expression of the infinite, suited up and showing up in this life experience. And always coming back to love. For love is all I am. So just breathing into that, I ask you to take a deep breath. Letting go of all worry and all fear, and just breathing in that love. And if you, like me, recognize and believe in this perfect love this morning, I invite you to anchor it in with me by saying Ashe, Aho, Amin, Amen, and so it is.
In this moment, in this
to Cleo.
Good morning again. I'm Cleo. I'll be singing The Climb. Some of you already know this tune. I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but the voice inside my head saying, you never reach it. Purposes I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Those struggles I'm facing, those chances I'm taking, but I'm never breaking. I know it. These are the moments I'm gonna remember most, but I gotta keep going, and I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on, 'cause there's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Yeah. Keep on moving, keep fighting, keep climbing. Yeah. Keep on climbing.
Yay, thank you, Cleo and Kirby, Jonathan, Matt, and Brad. Thank you so much. It is The Climb. Yeah, so today we're finishing up our conversation about Earth School, finding new ways to learn and grow and experience this whole idea that we are on a learning adventure. And so there is the age-old spiritual statement, right? We've all heard it. It's the journey, not the destination. Not the destination. And yet, how much time do we spend on looking for our manifestation? Right? The end result. And we know that that's a part of our spiritual practice. And it's a part of what we understand how this whole thing works. You have to hold on to your end result. You have to stay focused on it. You have to commit to it. And then you trust the universe to support that process. And so we spend a lot of time on the destination. And what happens when you arrive? First of all, you celebrate. TSRW, yay, this is so great. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of, wow, look at what I did. We get to be there for a while, and then what? Well, hell, there's another mountain, isn't there? Right? I learned this many years ago when I first started hiking, and you'd hike and you'd get to a ridge and you'd think, oh, I made it to the top, and oh no, there's a whole nother top right there. And so you get all excited and you have to go around the bend and you have to try, oh, let's just go to that little ridge, and you get up there and there's the next one and there's the next one and there's the next one, right? There will always be another destination. And if we are solely focused on the destination, well, let me start that sentence over again. We're constantly invited into the paradox of life. We have to simultaneously focus on the destination and pay attention to the journey. And we are complex enough beings, spiritual beings having a human experience. We're already a paradox just by our pure makeup, that we are actually perfectly capable, if we bend our minds to it, to be able to do both. Focus on the destination and focus on the journey. Now, we don't want to just focus on the journey because, right, when we just focus on the journey, that's like deciding to walk out your front door, get in your car and say, I'm going to go on vacation, but I'm simply going to just drive around and see what happens. This can be a fabulous way of going on vacation. Really. Just exploring. I'm going to go to a city and I'm just going to walk around on the streets and see what happens. It's a fabulous way of exploring something. But you did actually pick the city in the first place. And if you didn't, right, and you just drive around, it's a lovely vacation, but you're not necessarily going to end up any place in particular. So this balance of journey and destination is really, really important. And most of us, we spend a lot of time focusing on the destination. One of the things that I've noticed, this beautiful idea that it's the climb, is that half of the joy of getting to the destination is actually the process of getting there, right? We just sucked the energy right out of the room. Like, I don't know, couldn't we just get there? Wouldn't you like to just, twitch your nose or snap your fingers and just be there, at the end result? But the idea here is also that it's the climb that actually grows us. And it is in the process of moving towards our destination that we are grown by the climb. Now, Michael Gott, who was a previous music director and partner in ministry with me for years and years here at CSLDallas, we used to talk about ourselves as workhorses. We just work. I mean, I can work through pretty much anything. It doesn't really matter what's going on in my life. I love what I do. I love what I'm doing. I love the ministry. I love CSLDallas. And so if there's something that I need to do, I just keep doing it, and I just keep plugging away and plugging away and plugging away and plugging away and plugging away, because I know that part of what creates is also the participation of the journey, of being in the climb. And so what I noticed for myself that I would really love to invite you into is a new way of thinking about this process. Many of us grew up with, you got to work hard, 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 right? And we know that that isn't the answer. We're not making something happen, we're not manipulating the universe, and it's not about how hard we work. What I'd rather have us think about is this idea of sustained effort. It's different than hard work. It is the consistent and intentional focus on what's in front of us, on what's going on what's needed in the moment, on how to take that next step, cross that next barrier, move through that next challenge. Be present to what's going on. In The Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes writes this: we may meet difficulties, uncertainties, and doubts, barriers walling our passage, but we must not be discouraged when so confronted. We must climb over the rocks of unbelief, pass around the barriers of doubt, and plunge into the stream with faith. The stream will ever widen, the barriers will gradually disappear, though we walk through the plains and valleys of indecision and doubt. The stream will still carry us back to the ocean of our being. We must not be discouraged when so confronted. You know, I just had this fabulous conversation with Tracy Brown, one of our practitioners here, Dr. Tracy. She and I were meeting yesterday about something, and I have to tell you, this last week has been incredibly impactful in my personal life with my son and my granddaughter, and some just having an extremely large impact. And I noticed that earlier in the week that I got very, very activated with fear and with uncertainty. Actually, I got a call at one point that said, yeah, it's going well, and yet my whole being was vibrating with energy. I was sick to my stomach, and I had the sense that something was going terribly wrong. I was so activated by that I reached for, and I shared this with Tracy, I reached for my releasing prayer. I release my belief that something bad is going to happen. I release my need to be afraid. I am grateful that Spirit is the joy that I am, over and over and over and over and over again. Now, do you see, I've been walking this path for decades, and I still needed that. This week, I needed that. And lo and behold, while there was activity that was a little intense, something bad didn't happen. And I was able to move through my fear and stand on the other side of that, knowing that I was there to support. Do you see? There are challenges on the journey. They don't go away. Now, they're less imagined. We're not making up the challenges. We don't create challenges because we think somebody doesn't like us, or because we're continually reenacting our childhood dynamics, or we don't know how to be emotionally intelligent. Right? We are creating less drama, but stuff still happens. It does. And I remember somebody saying to me years and years and years ago, just because we're spiritual beings having a human experience and we discover this and we learn how to demonstrate in our lives, does not mean it's a long, steady uphill climb into nirvana. It does not. And just because we've been on the road for a long time doesn't mean we don't need our tools. This is what I mean by sustained effort. Do you see? It means reaching for the tools when the stuff hits the fan. It means reaching for the tools when we are confronted with a barrier or a fear or a doubt or a potential, whatever it is. The loss of a business, the loss of a loved one, the challenge of having something not work out the way that we thought it would, or having a situation that comes up that feels like a boulder or a brick wall. This is when we must not be discouraged. We must recognize that this is part of the journey. And what's happening in this part of the journey is that we are being invited to practice. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It doesn't mean you're not spiritual. It doesn't mean that you didn't do your treatment right, or you didn't do your affirmations right, or you shouldn't want what you want, or somehow Spirit has a better idea for you. It doesn't mean any of those things. It means there's a boulder in the way, And it is an opportunity to practice. And each time we practice, do you see, when I first got that releasing prayer, for those of you who have been in classes or have been with a practitioner, you know what I mean. This is the result of a fear to faith process, which is truly one of the most amazing processes. If you ever need it, go to a practitioner. We use it in some of our classes. You end up with this releasing prayer. I got that releasing prayer 12 years ago when I realized that despite the fact all the work I've done, I was still constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop. And I still believed that the other shoe would drop and it would be bad, right? Childhood trauma, you can imagine, blah, blah, blah. I've been doing that releasing prayer for the last 12 years. When I first got it, I did it for 6 months straight. Now, when I need it, it's there, I reach for it, and my consciousness shifts within minutes, maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, where it used to be when I would reach for that releasing prayer, it would take me months, then weeks, then days to shift. Do you see? Practice. It's in the practice. That's the journey. That's what the journey does. And it allows us to get better at reaching for our tools, better at applying our tools, gives us more confidence in trusting our spiritual tools, that they will in fact get us over the barrier, around the boulder, through the brick wall, so that we are carried along in the stream of life. That's what it means to have faith, to trust that if we will use and practice our tools, it will make a difference. Sustained effort is not being discouraged in those moments. Okay, now this doesn't mean that you can't call a friend and go, oh my God, I can't believe it's happening, la, 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 right? And then you put that down, you have your moment of venting, you can cry, you can, get out your damn it doll and beat it on the bed, whatever you need to do, and then you reach for your tools. Right? Because we don't want to stay there. We don't want the feelings to get trapped in our bodies. We do actually, there's a reason we have those. Something has to be expressed. And then we reach for our tools. And we reach for our tools over and over and over again. And each time we do it, right, do you see, you will have more and more and more confidence that no matter the fork in the road, the closed door, the boulder, the barrier, the whatever it is, no matter what shows up, you can move through it. Not only can you move through it, but you will move through it. And there will be something on the other side. There will be something on the other side. What will it be? More of the journey. More of the journey, right? That's what's going to be on the other side. So this idea, so I'd love for you to never again ever say, I'm working hard at this. What I'd love for you to say is, I am practicing sustained effort. I'm just practicing sustained effort. Oftentimes you'll hear me say in a coaching session or in a class, just keep your nose pressed up to what you feel is a brick wall. Just keep your nose there. Just stay there, stay there. Don't allow yourself to turn away in doubt or fear, because you know you're going to end up at that wall again. Just stay there. Keep yourself pressed up against it. Keep noticing that you're there. Keep intending. And I will promise you that you will wake up one day and you'll be on the other side of that wall, and you will not actually know how you got there. That's sustained effort. Not beating against the wall, not making the wall wrong, not making yourself wrong for being on this side of the wall, all that nonsense. The sustained effort of the commitment that we have to our own journey, which is actually on the way to a destination. Greater awareness, a deeper experience of oneness, a lifestyle that's more in alignment with ourselves, a new kind of work or relationship, or whatever it is. We are, in fact, on our way somewhere. I love this quote. So sustained effort. And of course, I also have these pictures up here on sustained effort. I love this because the only way you're going to see these beautiful lakes at the top of the mountains, and the only way you're going to have the experience, at least for me, is that I'm going to huff and puff and sweat and swear and do all kinds of things on the way up. But then it's such a magnificent and beautiful view. But we have to actually be willing to make the climb. Ernest Holmes says this: the ultimate goal of life does not mean that we shall ever arrive at a spiritual destination where everything remains static and inactive. That which to our present understanding seems an ultimate goal will, when attained, be but the starting point for a new and further evolution. We believe in an eternal upward spiral of existence. Now, this doesn't just mean in this life, but in life eternal, an upward spiral of existence. We don't believe that there is some static end, but that also means in this lifetime, right? We do know that when we reach that destination, that goal, that there is going to be another one, something else that we want to do or express or experience or contribute or improve or get better at, whatever it might be. And it's interesting to notice our own makeup, our own sensibility. So I'm going to say something now that's extraordinarily stereotypical. We do know that stereotypes don't include everybody, right? And there's always people that's not true about. But there is a documented, stereotypical difference between little boys and little girls in the majority. I know this from my own personal experience comparing myself to my son. So the stereotypical understanding and visualization here of little girls is if you give them a barn with horses, they are going to create pastures. They're going to decide whether their horse is in the pasture or in the stall. They're going to name all their horses. They're going to set them up in a beautiful scene, and they're going to go, oh, look, isn't that beautiful? And they're going to sit and enjoy the scene that they made, certainly I did, over and over and over again. Whereas little boys, or people who have this sensibility, right? We totally get that it's a stereotype. People who have that sensibility, which was my son, when he got a barn with horses and fences and things like that, what did he do? He created a game. He galloped those horses around, and they had little, skirmishes, and they were all over the place, and they were falling down. And then when he was done, he scooped them up and put them in the box till he was going to play with it the next time. My little environment, I got very upset if a horse fell over, right? Or my mother came in and accidentally knocked over one of the posts, or God forbid, my sister came in and messed it all up. Now, this is, again, a stereotypical little boy, little girl thing. We understand that we're not promoting gender stereotypes and things like that, but it is a personality, a way of being in the world. And we can become very fixated on the static nature of our demonstration. I demonstrated my job and I've got a good relationship. Okay, nobody move. Don't breathe, don't change. I'd like for it to be this way forever. Good luck. Yeah, right, good luck. If for no other reason, then life changes and things evolve and we grow and things are constantly moving. And so it's not about the static nature of our demonstrations. It's also recognizing that our creations and our demonstrations and our life, the moments of our lives are actually part of the journey of our life. But when we try to rigidly control or hold something in its perfect stasis, we're no longer in the journey. And it's not how life is designed. So what do we want to do instead? What we want to do instead is treasure the moment. Not the finished product, not like, I have arrived, now it's going to be this way, okay. No, we have arrived. And it's a moment. And how many of us allow ourselves to be present to that experience in its fullness? Whether it's the demonstration or whether it's the moments of the journey. I know for myself, on and off, there are times in my life where I am so busy manifesting, demonstrating, moving towards things that I don't actually taste what I'm eating, because I'm so busy getting on to the next thing. I don't actually have time to stop, reflect on how far I've come, enjoy a casual meal with a friend, because I'm so busy accomplishing and, from a spiritual point of view, moving towards the demonstrations. Our do and do and do and accomplish and accomplish and accomplish culture can get tied to our spiritual desire to manifest lives that work. Do you see? To manifest demonstrations. And we just substitute a demonstration for the thing that driven to accomplish thing that we can have, because that's what our culture expects. So part of the journey is, in fact, the delight in the moment, the delight in the plateaus along the way, the delight in the experiences that we're having, quite truthfully, even the delight in the sweat and how good it feels when you've really gone and worked your body, your muscles are tired, your sweat is running down your brow, you're panting, and you're like, wow, this is great. I'm really pushing through something, whether it's a climb or an exercise program, or just figuratively speaking, working through a challenge or a barrier, whether that's a work project or something at home. In the moment, to be in the moment. The impulse of spirit to move must be caused by a desire to express what it feels itself to be: beauty, form, color, life, love, and power. All things else we find in the manifest universe are attributes of the Spirit and are caused to spring into being through the Word, because the Spirit wants to enjoy itself. Wants to enjoy itself. Are we really enjoying our life? Or are we moving, cranking, constantly cranking toward something? Sustained effort, yes, but not hard work. Sustained effort also allows us to recognize the joy in the journey, and that's a part of what's going on. That in the moment, to be present to the experience, how far we've come, that we're getting to practice, what new is happening. Do you see? I mean, this is the practice of mindfulness that the ancients have been talking about for thousands of years. Sri Aurobindo says that all of creation is for the delight of the divine. Is your life, the things that you are creating, for the delight of the divine as you? Or is it to accomplish something, to prove something, to make something, that constant need, go, 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 go? We're not designed that way. We are designed to live. Now, the other thing that I find really fascinating that I've experienced on my own journey, and I notice that people experience on the spiritual journey, is that when they decide, I'm not going to go, 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 often what happens is there's the sort of backlash. I'm just going to sit and be. That's it. I'm going to be. I'm just going to is. Well, it's hard to eat and, play with your granddaughter and do stuff when we're just ising. There is a place where we want to is on the inside, to be on the inside as we are engaged in life, as we are engaged in the world. There is a healthy spirituality that invites us to express in the world. To suppose that one must retire from the world to be spiritual is one of the greatest possible mistakes. This is directly opposed to the self-evident truth that spirit enjoys itself only in its own works, which is its self-manifestation. We enter into the spirit of life only as we enter into the spirit of living. I'm probably dating myself, but I always think of the Nestea plunge. Do you remember the ads? Person standing on the edge of the pool, drinking a Nestea and just falling back into the water. The Nestea plunge, a complete abandonment into the experience of the moment, into this entering into the spirit of living. We do not want to become so spiritual that we withdraw from our passion, from the things that move us, the things that excite us, even the things that create some emotion within us, that we say, this is an injustice, this is not acceptable. We don't want to become so spiritual that our lives become flatlined. I never want to be disturbed by anything. No, actually there are reasons why we're disturbed. And those are the healthy passions of spirit as us seeking to express as us in the world. And that we are here to enjoy our self-manifestation, right? So I think of it as the idea that if we are the drops in the ocean, or another way of saying it, we're individualized expressions of the ocean. If life is filled with the waves, our job is not to turn the ocean into a lake. Our job is to learn how to ride the waves. Sometimes the waves will be small, sometimes the waves will be tsunamis, sometimes they'll crash, sometimes they'll be beautiful, long rolling swells. And every one of them we can actually learn how to surf, if we are willing to get up on our surfboard and practice. And recognize that the entire ocean is supporting us. But we cannot do away with the waves. Not in physical creation, not in life. Do you see? We are spiritual beings. We come to our life as best we can, centered, grounded, inside, so that we can handle the waves, so that we can move through the obstacles, so that we can create something that's never been created before, which may require things that we've never even dreamed of. Do you see? That's the paradox. The inner is still while the outer is moving through all of its changes and creations. So we want to live our lives fully and completely with gusto, with enjoyment. I remember saying to a friend one time not too long ago, I'm just not spiritual enough. Clearly, I'm not spiritual enough. I have no food intolerances. I have no allergies. I'm not lactose intolerant. I prefer not to eat a whole lot of gluten, but I'm not allergic to anything. I'm just clearly not spiritual enough. Because I watch many spiritual people actually become allergic to life. Because we want it to be so even keeled, in stasis. What was that? It'll never be static or inactive. Life here is forever constantly changing. It's here that we find our center. It's here that we find within, as the Spirit as us, that we find our ground of being and our strength. We all wish to be free, but at the same time we should realize that liberty is not licensed. To say that we are free with the freedom of God does not mean we are free to do that which contradicts the divine nature. We are free only in that freedom which God is, the freedom to be alive, to enjoy living, to enter into the activities of everyday living with enthusiasm and interest. We are free to love and be loved. We are free to give full and complete expression to every capacity we possess, provided this freedom harms no one and hurts no thing. That's how free we are. We are free to express our lives fully and completely. Our lives, that which brings you joy, that which brings you gusto, that which allows you to express your life. Might be a very quiet life, might be a hugely big life, but it's yours to express, to live to the fullest, to bring all of our spirituality to bear into the expression of our lives. To be in the moment, to savor the moment. It's the moment that we savor along the way. I would love for you, along with the phrase sustained effort, I would love for you to start asking yourself, am I savoring the moment? Am I savoring the fact that I'm pushing through even though I want to quit? Am I savoring the fact that right now I've completed something and I get to sit back for a moment and really savor the accomplishment, which is what allows us to appreciate that we did in fact accomplish something despite the fact that there's another mountain to climb. It's what allows us to enjoy the moment, to savor all of it, even to savor the times when we are moved to action by an injustice, to savor our experience and expression of love, even if it's only 5 minutes of sitting with someone, to savor our morning spiritual practice and coffee time, to savor the moments along the way, the times when there's a meeting and all of a sudden everything comes together. Even if just 5 minutes ago it felt like it was bouncing around and people were getting a little uncomfortable, a little nervous, but everybody stayed in the arena, and then there's that moment of, oh, that's what we're trying to get to. Do we savor that? Or do we just tell ourselves the story about how hard it was, how difficult it was, how stupid those other people are, how badly we, didn't contribute, or whatever, blah, 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 the story that we have to savor. The way that we make the journey joy-filled is through sustained effort and the savoring of the moment. The soul is the one triumphant, indestructible, and unconquerable thing you possess. Oh, wait, that's not the quote I want. Sorry. Yeah, this is the quote I want. The soul is the one triumphant, indestructible, and unconquerable thing you possess. Shot from the invisible into this experience, It constitutes your great reality. But why wait for physical death to enjoy and experience your immortal being? Do not prepare to die. Prepare to live, whether you are 10 years old or 100. There is no death. It is impossible for you to die. Stop trying to die and learn to live. When we want things to be static is when we are courting death. We want things to stay the same. But when we can confront the change, the greatest unknown there is, death, we're invited to see that the way that we approach death is the way that we approach life. Approach it with gusto or with fear. Approach it with possibility or with uncertainty. We are not trying to figure out what's going to happen after we die. We're not trying to figure out what we should be doing now so that that is taken care of. When we do that, do you see we're spending all of our time preparing to die, and we're not living. But our soul is the one triumphant, indestructible, and unconquerable thing that we possess. So here's the deal. You know, we're all terminal. We're all terminal. In this lifetime, this body suit will be laid down at some point. And are we thinking about the way in which we are engaging in our lives between now and then? Yes, it's important to have goals, to have things that we want to demonstrate, to get to places that we want to accomplish. But what provides the value in it is the moment, the savoring of the experience, the being present. So we're going to close. Brad, I'm going to invite you on up here. I'm going to close with the lyrics to one of my favorite songs in the whole world. So just to invite you to close your eyes and just listen. This is Everything is Holy Now by Peter Mayer. When I was a boy, each week on Sunday, we would go to church and pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread. And everyone would kneel and bow. Today, the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two, and Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad that miracles don't happen still. But now I can't keep track, because everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare at best, it barely wet my fingertips. But now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. But I walk it with a reverent air, because everything is holy now. Read a questioning child's face and say it's not a testament. That'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come and say it's not a sacrament. I'll tell you it can't be done. This morning outside I stood and saw a little red-winged bird, shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head and remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, heaven second rate, hand me down. But I walk it with an reverent air, because everything is holy now. And so it is.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bryan. All right. You can support our community and these online broadcasts by giving generously. We're doing so much to keep growing together, and right now our donations are more important than ever. You can use the QR code, text give, use Venmo, PayPal, or go to CSLDallas.org/give if you're online. Here on campus, you can do the same or drop your gift into the gift basket. We are so grateful for everyone who's a conscious giver and a regular supporter of CSL Dallas. Thank you to everyone. CSL Dallas is offering Qigong every Monday, October at 7 p.m. in the Meditational Hall. Join Rosewood, a certified Spring Forest Qigong instructor, to learn safe, natural, and effective ways to heal your physical body, boost your immune system, and help balance your emotions. A powerful, peaceful spiritual practice with documented physical benefits. This class is open to all experience levels, and a love offering is suggested. No registration is required. Just show up in comfortable, loose clothing. Let's see. The Women's Retreat. This is your last week to sign up for the Women's Retreat happening October 8th. It's going to be October 1st. It's now limited to only 25 participants. Join other women on a deep, sacred journey. They're creating a safe place to explore patterns and beliefs that may be holding you back from your fullest expression. This will be held off-site at the Spring Hill Retreat Center in Richardson. For more information and to get a registration, please visit the events page at CSLDallas.com. Our spiritual coaches and practitioners are the support arm of CSL Dallas, and they're here to know the truth for you and about you through spiritual mind treatment, whether you want to grow, heal, or release something. If you're here in the sanctuary, we invite you to join them across the breezeway in the Peace Room by the elevator after the celebration so that they can affirm your highest good. And for those watching us online, you can get the same support by joining the Zoom. The link to join we posted in the comment section. Now everybody, let's stand as we close today's celebration with CSLDallas' music team.